Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya and this is Cody, who always likes to join me in my videos. As soon as he sees me getting out all the equipment and setting things up, he comes over here and gets really excited. So he's here for the video again. Before I start this, I'm doing a reaction to a video called The Top 5 Things Not to Do in Australia, The Biggest Mistakes a Tourist Can Make. And this is by the channel That British Girl, Jordana Grace. I haven't watched her before, and this was a suggested video to me in my Discord, so I'm gonna check it out. I don't think I've done any videos like this yet where it's like, don't do this here. You know, I don't think I've done anything like that yet. So this will be good for me to learn stuff like that. But before I start the video, I wanted to say a couple of things really quick. The first thing I want to say is a big thank you to everybody who saw my last video. It was titled I'm Keeping a Secret. And I revealed in that video that, well, I didn't reveal it, my daughter did because she was with me, that yes, she is pregnant, and she's 20 years old. So don't think like she's like, you know, in high school and pregnant. It's not like that. She's 20 years old. She lives on her own with her boyfriend. They're in an apartment right now, but they are moving to a house soon. But yeah, I want to tell everybody thank you for all the sweet comments and the congratulations and just being really, really nice and kind and excited about it with us. It was a very lovely sort of surprise because I wasn't sure what my comments would be like, you know, because it is the internet. So I was a little nervous to do it, but Savannah was excited and she couldn't wait to do it. He wants hugs and cuddles. So anyway, thank you for that. And Savannah says thank you to everybody. She was reading the comments and stuff, but she's been busy, so she didn't reply to anybody, but she says thank you to everybody. The second thing that I want to address really quick is, yes, I'm sorry, this is a long intro, and this is part of what I want to address. I want to remind everybody that I don't consider myself a reaction channel. I consider myself a vlogger, and here's Ghost. And I vlog my life, and I also like to do reaction videos. And in my reaction videos, I continue to talk about my life and I continue to update people on things. And so sometimes my reaction videos will have personal stuff in it and I leave stuff like this in. Whereas other people maybe don't do that because I am not a professional channel. I'm a vlogger who likes to do reactions, and if that like bothers you, I'm sorry, but maybe this just isn't the channel for you. But I wanted to address a couple of things with that. So that was number one, that yeah, I do sometimes have long intros like this one, and I do talk a lot. The second thing that I wanted to address is no, I'm not in prison. Yes, I really get comments like this, guys. I'm not in prison, I promise. These are my gray curtains in my dining area, and this just is currently the best place in the house for me to film. So this is where I sit, and this is what the background looks like. I'm sorry that it's so boring. I don't have any cute, awesome setup like most YouTubers do. I'm just a mom in the Midwest. It's not a professional channel, it's just me. So this is my dining area, and it's just covering my sliding glass door. You can see here's the window. So yeah, you wouldn't want the door in the background, so the curtains are shut for you. Okay, so this is a really long intro. Once again, I'm sorry. So maybe I should put in the title that I'm going to be talking a lot. I'll try to cut it down. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this reaction video. Here we go.
Here's the top 5 things you should not do in Australia. From Aussie spiders, beach disasters to Aussie slang, I've made all these mistakes so you don't have to. So to avoid a trip to the hospital or a hefty fine, make sure you don't do these 5 things and you'll have the best trip in Australia. Also at the end, I'll reveal...
It took me a while to pause this because I was trying to process what she just said. She said the hospital. I have never in my life heard a British person or an Australian person or Kiwi or anybody, they all just say go to hospital and go to university. They never say the hospital or the university like Americans do, so I thought that was weird.
Well, the most dangerous thing Aussies do in Australia. The secret's gonna come out. Let's go. First up, and number 1 on our list, don't swim outside the flags. The beaches in Australia are some of the most beautiful in the world. Clear sands, sparkling blue water, it's very tempting to just jump in right away. But so many tourists swim in rips, thinking they're safe, only to find themselves in trouble. And Aussies are just built different. I mean, look at the rescuers down under. Aussie kids have been brought up to spot rips and know how to avoid them. And rips are really strong currents that can just take you out to sea. But to me, being the tourist, it just looks like a nice calm part of the ocean. But nope, I had to be rescued. And I could even hear my mates on the beach yell out, "Oi, who's gonna rescue the Brit?"
See, I was not brought up by a beach. Like people in California and Florida and all these beach cities along the coast of America, I'm sure they are all also brought up the same way. When you live by the beach, I was not. So I personally would not be able to tell the difference if in the water something was like dangerous or not, if it's not hard to see or it's not easy to see with your eyes right away. But definitely if there are signs, I wouldn't like ignore the sign at all. Like I'm scared of the ocean, so I will literally not go past waist deep. So.
Sorry. And sometimes on the beach you'll see these cute little blue bubbles. Oh, aren't they nice?
Whoa.
No, they're blue bottled jellyfish.
Oh.
And there's even a blue bottled jellyfish season. And these tiny little jellyfish can pack
They
a...
look like bubbles. They're pretty.
very nasty sting. So listen to the lifeguards and swim between the flags and pay attention to any of these notices because they put those flags there for a reason. They've done the hard work, so you don't have to. And I think you want to avoid these very painful hug buddies. And trust me, it's really embarrassing when a lifeguard has to yell at you through the megaphone. Number 2, don't feed the wildlife. I know. Kangaroos and koalas and possum, they're all irresistibly cute. But feeding them can lead to them being sick and they're more reliant on humans. Plus, wildlife can be unpredictable. Feeding a kangaroo like...
Yeah, I imagine a British person maybe doesn't know about this type of stuff because they don't really have all the crazy animals that America and Australia have. We have this in common with Australia. You know that we have a lot of crazy wild animals in America. So we know not to mess with them and feed them. But people will feed like ducks and stuff at the lakes. People will often probably feed them the wrong things like bread that you're not supposed to do. But you can feed them like, bird food or like frozen peas or something that they can eat if you want to feed animals at the lake or a pond or something. But yeah, I would not feed like a deer, a kangaroo, a koala, a bear. Like I wouldn't be feeding these things.
This may seem like a fun idea, and you can do it in zoos and wildlife centres, but it's not going to be fun when it starts chasing you for more snacks. And do you really want to mess with this guy? Never skip Tanam Day. My motto is, don't bother it and it won't bother you. Oh, and just an FYI, so you don't freak out like I did when I first saw this dinosaur-looking, dead-eyed bird. It's not actually dangerous. This is an ibis, but Aussies call it the bin chicken because it will just rummage around through bins. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, just watch an episode of Bluey. They're basically harmless birds, like giant pigeons. I just didn't know that when I first saw it. I mean, it looks like a pterodactyl. My advice is just enjoy the wildlife, but from a safe distance. And because we're talking about wildlife, of course we have to talk about spiders. I hate spiders. So Australia is known for its variety of spiders, including some like the Sydney funnel web and the redback spider, which can be dangerous. However, most spiders, like this massive and yet not deadly huntsman spider, yet they're harmless and prefer to avoid humans. And one of the biggest questions...
It's crazy because I know that they're harmless. I have learned that, but it's just the mere size of them Like seeing a spider that large is just freaky.
I get from people back home in the UK is like, they will never come to Australia because 1, the flight's too long, and 2, spiders in general. Just to clarify, when you land in Australia, there isn't some kind of King Kong-sized spider waiting outside to get you. Australian spiders prefer dark, undisturbed environments, such as shed, garages, wood piles, etc. And indoors, they prefer...
Same as America. We get all kinds of spiders here too. We don't get the huntsman, and we don't get some of your crazy ones. But we do get spiders here. Like, Illinois has one of the deadliest spiders. It's called the brown recluse. And I have found one in my bathroom before, and I drowned it in my bathtub. And that was kind of scary. We get daddy long legs all the time. Tiny little black spiders that are like, the size of your tip of your finger. So we do get spiders in our homes and like everywhere and stuff. At the camp that I went to, the daddy long legs were enormous. I have never seen daddy long legs so big before. That was crazy. I mean, it looked like almost the size of a huntsman. It was huge. All of them. They were everywhere. Cody, chill. But America has that in common. Like, we do get spiders, not your kind, but we do get them.
Areas like closets and attics and behind furniture. So here are my top tips when it comes to spiders if, like me, you're just not a fan. If you've been bitten, don't freak out. Stay calm and seek medical attention quickly, as antivenoms are available. And most Aussie spiders just want to be left alone. So keep those screen doors shut and give your shoes and clothes a good shake before putting them on, because no one likes an uninvited 8-legged guest. And this is really important to know when it comes to the wildlife. Yes, spiders and snakes are scary and dangerous and what Australia is known for. But in your day-to-day life, what you should really be wary of are the magpies. Don't mess with them. If you see this sign, magpie mating season, pay attention because this is serious. Because Aussie magpies are really aggressive during mating season.
Deal with a magpie.
So these signs are put up to warn you that if you go near them, they will attack. Aussie magpie mating season can get really aggressive over here, and these birds are like flying ninjas. They will swoop down on you if they feel threatened. And you won't believe me, but when Aussies have to go past these areas, they actually wear things like this. Like helmets with the spikes on. They'll paint eyeballs on the back of helmets. Like, this is how some Aussies have to live. Because magpies are endangered, so people can't move the nest, so that is where their nests are. And if you live by one, mating season is not a great time for you. So wear a hat, carry an umbrella, hide in a dustbin, or just do what the sign says and walk slowly or avoid that area altogether. Trust me, it's not worth the swoop of...
That's one thing that I would not want to deal with. I am so glad that we don't have magpies here that swoop down and attack your head.
Boom. And number 3 of things not to do in Australia, don't forget to declare everything at the airport. And if in doubt, leave it. Australia has a super strict biosecurity laws to protect its unique ecosystem. And if you're bringing in snacks or souvenirs or anything that's been near nature, you need to declare it, because getting caught with undeclared items can lead to hefty fines. I'm talking cha-ching. I mean, you can't even take fruit into South Australia from Victoria, the state next door.
Oh, that's weird.
I mean, that's restrictions within Australia, let alone you trying to bring a snack over from somewhere else.
That's
at the South Australian border, there are bins that you have to put fruit in, because if they catch you, you will be heftily fined. I understand why. You've got to protect the biodiversity, but they're being serious. And in Queensland, they've even banned rabbits. I don't know how wild rabbits know that they're not allowed. They just hop up to the border like, oh, wait a minute, that was close. I nearly got a hefty fine there. And number 4 on our list of things you should not do in Australia, and that is diss the coffee. Aussies take their coffee very, very seriously because it is very, very good. So if you're used to that American-style coffee where it's served in giant mugs and sometimes tastes like flavored water, no offense, well, brace yourself, because Australian coffee is a whole different game. A flat white isn't just a fancy latte, it's practically magic bean juice. The flat white was even invented here in Australia. So if you're looking for your drip coffee, good luck finding it. Instead, it's all about the espresso-based drinks. So embrace the Aussie coffee culture while you're here and get ready for the magic. So if you want a proper Aussie coffee, there are so many small independent cafes around. And my pro tip is when the barista asks you if you want sugar in your coffee, it's because they want to add it while making the coffee because it makes it so much smoother. And personally, I love cafes that use alternative milk because that's just how I like my coffee milk. But Aussies, please feel free to let me know your secrets for spotting the best coffee spots in the comments below. I mean, it's your coffee, you will know. And finally, number 5.
So, is your coffee, since it's espresso based mostly, is it like really strong? Like all of your coffee, no matter what you get, is just really strong? Or is it, like I'm not a coffee person, so I don't know anything about coffee. I drink it once in a while. I like an iced coffee on the go sometimes, and like if I'm with Savannah or something. I like a hot coffee, just a plain old regular hot coffee if I go to a diner and we're having breakfast or something. And I just have the regular hot coffee with cream and sugar in it, which I do actually kind of prefer to iced coffee. But so I just didn't know, like, if it's espresso based, does that make it stronger than our coffee, or is it just different? I'm just curious because I don't know much about coffee.
Don't whine. So the term whinging pom is there for a reason. I mean, I know we're good at it, but Aussies aren't a fan of the cliche, but they do love good banter. So while you're here, I wouldn't complain about the heat and how far everything is. I mean, you've flown a long way to get here. I wouldn't spend your time, like, complaining about it. Aussies won't take it well.
Well, that also might just be a British thing, since they don't, British people think an hour is a long way away, you know, for like a long drive, you know. Australia and America are both huge countries, so we're used to driving long hours and that sort of thing. So I don't think anything like that is going to bother an American.
So just enjoy yourself. And if Aussies make fun of you, it means that they like you. Well, I think that's why the Aussies like me.
Is that true? Is that why y'all make fun of me in my Discord all the time?
I'm kind of like their pet now because they keep on having to save me from the water. And as promised, here are my bonus tips. So here's your crash course in basic Aussie lingo. Yeah, nah means no.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, yeah means yes.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, whatever word is last is what it means. Nah, no, yeah.
We do that.
And you can use the word mate, but it has to be used wisely, and it's all about the context. Like, for example, you right, mate? Mate. Mate. You right, mate? Mate. See the difference? And never, ever call anyone chap.
Oh, I heard this one.
I don't make the rules, I just follow them. And for all the Aussies watching, feel free to comment below your favourite Aussie lingo because I'd love to know. And final bonus tip, and super important to do, is wear sunscreen and don't go out into the midday sun. Basically, you are not tougher than the sun, wear sunscreen. Yes, in the UK, I may have used olive oil once or twice to tan or lemon juice my hair to get it blonder, but over here, I can get burnt on a cloudy day, indoors. I just had my first skin check with the doctor, and he asked me how many times in my life that my skin is peeled from being burnt. I was like, probably once a year throughout my childhood and teens. And he was like, your skin shouldn't peel more than 3 times ever in your life.
Oh my God.
I made the doctor speechless, and he needed a moment to collect himself, and he made me promise to wear sunscreen now and forever. Look, the Aussie sun is just different, so please be sun safe. You'll still get a tan and wear sunscreen. I mean, there's even a song over here, slip, slap, slop, sachet. Basically, wear your sunscreen, wear a hat, wear your sunnies, and wear your rashi. I know it's not the coolest, but it'll keep you safe. And finally, time for me to reveal the most dangerous secret in Australia. Because once you go there, there's no turning back. It's claimed so many Aussies for hours at a time because it's Kmart. The dangerous secret is Kmart. It's not the sea and the spiders and the snakes you got to worry about. It's Kmart, because basically it's a national treasure here. From homewares and clothes, it's got everything you need.
If I ever went to Australia, I'm going to a Kmart immediately. I love a Kmart. I have not been to a Kmart in years because our local one closed down like years ago. Probably, I want to say between, I don't know, 8 and 10 years ago, something like that. I miss having a Kmart. Jesus, criminy.
and you will lose hours in that store. And in my opinion, it's kind of like a better version of Primark in the UK, or kind of on par with Target in America. But Kmart is dangerous. You don't go to Kmart and tell it what you need. Oh, no. Kmart tells you what you need. You'll go in for socks and leave spending $350, and yet somehow still didn't buy the socks. So there you have it, the top 5 things not to do in Australia, and my bonus tips, and the dangerous Kmart scene.
Just wanted to say, I do not think Kmart and Target are, oh my God, there's something in my eyeball right now. I don't think Kmart and Target are the same in any way at all. They're very different. Like, yeah, they're both like department stores that hold everything, a lot of things, you know, like Walmart, but I don't know, they're just different to me. I think of Kmart more along the lines of a Walmart, and Target is Target, you know, and Target is more like higher class, kind of is the way we think of it. I don't know.
That every Aussie loves. Even though it's dangerous, I go nearly every week. So follow my tips and you'll be living like a true Aussie in no time. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more tips and laughs from your favorite, hopefully, British girl living in the Sunshine Coast, Queensland, and comment below your own Aussie do's and don'ts, because I would love to know. See you next time.
That was a cute video. I really like that girl. She seems really sweet. So I would probably check out her channel some more. Let's see, what kind of other stuff does she have? When was this one made? That was a month ago, the one I just watched. She doesn't really have a whole lot, but yeah, if you would like me to react to her again, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I like doing this because this is like, especially since she's a British person, it's almost like funny to me because she's talking about Australia's like don'ts and stuff as if these things are completely foreign to her, because they are, but they're not foreign to me watching it, and I'm not even Australian, just because I can relate to some of those things, just because America and Australia do have a lot of similarities. But it's funny because like some of those things, if she came to America, she would have experienced the same exact sort of thing, you know. We also have like all those signs all over beaches. Don't go to this place, it's dangerous. We have the dangerous animals, and every state has dangerous animals. And we just do. We have bears here in Illinois. We have bears, black bears, and cougars. We have all kinds of cougars around here, bobcats, deer everywhere, raccoons. And this is the middle of America. So there are dangerous animals everywhere in America. But anyway, yeah, that was suggested to me in my Discord. And so thank you for the suggestion. If you're interested in joining my Discord, it's completely free. It's linked below. And we just go in there and hang out and share memes with each other and whatever. It's just a fun hangout session, basically, is what it is. Also, I have a wish list listed below in the description and the comments. And it's a Throne sort of Amazon type wish list. And I did add some baby items on there, just if anyone's interested. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I just added some on there for Savannah, in case, you know, just to help her out in case anybody wants to help out. There's also stuff for me if you want, and stuff for the animals if you want. And there's also, you can go off the wish list and just shop for whatever you want. The wish list I put together is just like ideas of things that we need or like. So anyway, yeah, if you're interested in that. There's one more thing I want to say that I forgot to say in the beginning, and that is people complaining about me eating in my video, in my last reaction. Actually, it was just one person. It's not people. It's just one person complaining. And again, I just want to say, like, I eat in my videos all the time. And I was getting ready to film that video. My stomach started growling and I needed to eat. So I did. And I'm not sorry for that. I believe I was not gross about it. I believe I was respectful when I was eating. And once again, I'm a vlogger. I'm not a professional channel. I'm a vlogger. So I keep these things in, and I do these things in my videos because I'm not trying to be super professional. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And me and Cody, we'll see you next time. Can you decide? No.